Counselor Talon Veylan leaned forward, his iridescent scales glinting under the negotiation chamber's lights. Marry my blind sister, human. She's safe with you. She can't see how ugly you are. Evan Holt set down his toolkit with a deliberate clank. The words stung, but he kept his face neutral. He'd fixed their shuttle engines twice this week without a thank you. No more free labor. I fix your tech because it's my job, Evans said. Not because I'm desperate for insults. No contract. Until I meet her. Face to face, Talon's frilled crest flared, a sign of irritation Evan had learned from Dr. Collin. Jen's crash course. The counselor tapped a claw on the obsidian table. You dare demand terms? This union shields my house from Envoy Sol's schemes. Sign or leave empty-handed. Evan crossed his arms. Call her in. Now. Talon's eyes narrowed, multifaceted like cut gems. He signaled the chamber doors. 2 guards escorted in a figure cloaked in flowing silks. Sarah Veylan moved with precise steps, her head high, cane tapping lightly. No hesitation. She stopped 10 paces away, facing Evan's direction by sound alone. Human, Talon barked. Bow low. Hands behind back. Speak only when addressed. No sudden moves. Her hearing catches deceit in breath alone. Evan ignored the orders. He stepped forward slowly, boots soft on the floor. Evan Holt. Technician. Ma'am, do you consent to this meeting? In your own words? Silence stretched. Sarah tilted her head, ears twitching under her hood. Talon's claws scraped the table. He defies protocol. Sarah raised a hand, silencing her brother. I consent, Evan Holt. Your voice carries no tremor. Walk with me. Alone, Talon sputtered. Sister, brother, you arranged this shield. Let it prove itself. She extended her arm, not touching him, waiting. Evan nodded, though she couldn't see it. He offered his elbow at chest height, standard human escort. Garden path, fresh air. Her fingers brushed his sleeve, light as a feather. She gripped firmly. Lead. They exited the chamber. Guards trailing at a distance. The corridor hummed with alien tech, vibrating floors for the sightless Evan guessed. Sarah's cane stayed folded at her belt. You ignored etiquette, she said, voice melodic but edged. Why? Didn't know it. Talon skipped the manual. Evan matched her pace, scanning for hazards. A loose panel ahead. He sidestepped, guiding her around it, without comment. Her grip tightened fractionally. He tests you, calls humans dull-scaled behind closed doors. Ugly by our measure, broad faces, no crests. Yet you fixed our failing grid yesterday. How? Diagnostic scan. Recalibrated the flux relays. He kept it simple. No bragging. She hummed. Processing. Envoy Sol whispers that humans sabotage for leverage. My brother's polls drop daily. This marriage buys time. Evan glanced back. No one close. He called me safe because you can't see me. That's the sales pitch. A soft laugh escaped her. Insulting honesty. Veylan trait. Does it offend? Stings. But I've heard worse. They reached the garden dome. Alien flora rustled. Bioluminescent vines. Air thick with spice. He described it low. Path curves left. 3 steps to bench. She nodded, releasing his arm to navigate alone. Her steps adjusted seamlessly. I hear your heart. Steady. No lies in pulse. They sat. Sarah folded her hands. Ask your questions, Evan Holt. I refuse pity mates. Not pity. Partnership. He leaned forward. What's your stake? Talon pushes politics. You? Independence. Her ears flicked toward a distant murmur. Servants gossiping. Blind from birth fever. Trained in courts, not cradled. Saul's prejudice paints me fragile. Prove him wrong, or walk away. Evan rubbed his jaw. Ugly by their standards. Yeah. His flat face and stubble didn't shimmer, but competence spoke louder. Saul's the one stirring trouble. Fixed his envoy craft last month. Wouldn't start. A chime echoed. Sire. Illyra Chen approached, tablet in hand. The human liaison smiled tightly. Evan, Counselor Talon requests return. But Sarah, may I translate nuance? Sarah waved her off. His words ring clear, Doctor. No barriers. Illyra nodded. Protocol note. Touching without permission risks dual challenge. You dodged that. Evan shrugged. Reacted human. Practical. Sarah stood. One test more. Escort me to the aviary. Hear the windsong birds. Judge if you tire of Veyland ways. He rose, offering his arm again. She took it. As they walked, a shadow shifted overhead. A drone. Zol's mark from briefings. Evan tensed, hand twitching toward his multi-tool. Steady, Sarah murmured. It hovers. Sal spies. Got it. He angled them under thicker canopy, blocking the line. The drone buzzed frustration and veered off. Her fingers pressed his sleeve. Competence, not show. Trust edged her tone. Aviary doors hissed open. Birds trilled, waves of sound crashing like ocean. Sarah closed her eyes. Unnecessary, but serene. Sing with them? Evan chuckled. Can't match pitch, but I listen. She smiled. First real one. Crest frills relaxed. Good start. They lingered until Talon's summons chimed again. Back in the chamber, the counselor waited, with a hollow contract glowing. Envoy Sal lounged nearby, smirking. The brute escorts her. How quaint. Accidents happen to fragile pairs. Evan met his gaze. Fixed your last accident. Won't repeat. Sarah stepped forward unaided. Brother, I accept. With conditions, Evan Holt meets me daily. No shadows. Talon's crest drooped in surprise. You approve the ugly human? He hears as I do, sees what others miss. She turned Evan's way. Sign. Evan scanned the terms. Legal bind. Cultural clauses. Dr. Chen whispered clarifications. Fair enough. He pressed his thumbprint. Saul laughed. Blind faith. Pity. A klaxon blared. Lights flickered. Power surge. Sarah's hand found Evan's instinctively. Sabotage. Evan bolted to the panel. Flux relay again. Hold. He yanked the cover, fingers flying. Wire sparked. One twist. Recalibrate. Stable. Lights steadied. Guards burst in. Sal feigned shock. Human clumsiness. Clean cut, Evan said flatly. Not mine. Sarah's voice cut through. Test passed. Escort me out. Husband-to-be. Talon stared. Sal's smirk cracked. Evan offered his arm. She took it, grip firm. As they left, her whisper carried. Saul's next move comes tonight. Ready? He nodded. Always. The corridor hummed with new tension. Trust sealed in action, not words. But shadows lengthened. Evan's boots scraped the polished floor one pace too far ahead. A shrill alarm pierced the embassy corridor, red strobes flashing in sync with the wail. Sarah's grip tightened on his arm, her fingers like steel cables. Attendants froze mid-stride, their crests flaring in accusation. Whispers erupted. Human clumsiness disrupts the veil. Evan halted. Heat flushed his neck, but he kept his voice level. What tripped it? Sarah tilted her head, ears twitching under her silken hood. Spacing breach. You pulled ahead by 7 centimeters. Protocol demands exact tandem, shoulder to shoulder, stride mirrored. The nearest attendant, a wiry Velan kin with a sneer, stepped forward. Blind lady burdened by the ugly off-worlder. Escort her back to chambers before more shame. Evan ignored him. He faced Sarah squarely. Tell me the rules. Explicitly. I'll repeat them. Her lips quirked, the first hint of approval. Good. Rule 1. Maintain auditory lock. Your footfalls must echo mine. Left, right, in phase. No deviation over 3 decibels. Left footfall echoes yours exactly. Right footfall echoes yours exactly. Volume within 3 decibels. Evan nodded, testing a micro-step. His boot tapped soft against hers. Rule 2. Arm link at elbow height. No higher, no lower. Pressure constant, firm, not crushing. Elbow height link. Firm pressure. Constant. He adjusted his arm, feeling her pulse steady against his sleeve. Rule 3. Verbal cues only on query. Silence in transit preserves the veil. Verbal cues on query only. Silence otherwise. Evan exhaled. Simple mechanics. Like syncing a relay. Sarah's crest lifted slightly. Proceed. They moved. Left. Right. Echoes matched. The alarm silenced after 10 meters. Attendants parted, murmurs shifting to wary glances. Dr. Alira Chen hurried up from a side passage, tablet glowing. Evan, solid recovery. Sarah's protocols are acoustic-based. Their hearing maps space like sonar. You just aced improv calibration. Evan kept pace, eyes scanning vents overhead. Saul's crew raked the signing room. Expect echoes here. Sarah's whisper cut low. Tonight. But first, test your steadiness. A new attendant blocked their path. Broad-shouldered, Envoy Sal's colors on his sash. Halt, human. Etiquette correction. Pivot left at junction. Offer the lady your palm upward, facing the honor wall. Evan paused. The junction loomed, walls etched with glowing glyphs. His gut twisted, didn't match Sarah's rules. He leaned to her ear. Verify. Palm upward to honor wall. Sarah's head snapped toward the attendant. Her voice rang clear, carrying down the hall. False protocol. Velan pivot rights to the veil. Humans tempt left veers from sloppy memory. She squeezed Evan's arm. Ignore. Mirror me. Right. The attendant flushed. Crest flattening. Merely aiding the fragile. Fragile. Sarah's laugh sliced sharp. I hear your pulse spike, kinsman. Sal's whisperer step aside. Evan pivoted right with her, strides locked. The false guide slunk back, glaring. Chen stifled a grin. Nailed it. Their etiquette's a minefield. Acoustic veils hide status games. You just dodged a loyalty trap. They reached the antechamber doors. Sarah released his arm but stayed close, her breath warm on his collar. You question before acting. Honest. Competent. She raised her voice for the attendants clustering nearby. Hear this. Evan Holt is my official handler for the cycle. Daily escorts quarters shared. No substitutions. Gasps rippled. The wiry kin sputtered. Shared quarters? With the ugly brute. Counselor Tolan. Brother concedes. Sarah overrode. He pushed this union as shield. I claim its teeth. Her hand found Evan's again, guiding it to her waist. Protocol lock engaged. Seal it. Evan felt the weight, forced proximity. Embassy rules bound handlers to brideside quarters. One room. Sonic sealed for veils. No escape. He met her unseeing gaze. Confirmed. Rules locked. Your lead. Her fingers traced his wrist, mapping pulse. Human skin. Coarse. Warm. Not ugly. Functional. A pause. Sol strikes tonight. Power grids or my meal tray? Grids first, Evan said. I patched the relay. They'll cut upstream. Chen tapped her tablet. I'll loop security feeds to your comm. Cultural note. Shared quarters mean veil observance. No direct stares. Speak facing walls unless invited. Sarah nodded. He adapts, unlike kin who shatter silence. Doors hissed open to her quarters, dim lit, walls humming with acoustic dampers. A low cot for two, veiled by sonic curtains. Meal trays waited on a hover stand, steaming bulbs Evan didn't recognize. He guided her to the seat, then checked the vents. Clear. Scan your tray first. Her ears flicked. Poison mimics Valon's spice-bitter echo. Yours reeks of it. Evan lifted the dome, a faint shimmer, residue. He unsealed his multi-tool, swabbed it. Neurotoxin trace. Human-grade stealth coat. He neutralized it with a chembile from his kit, bubbles hissing. Safe now. Eat. Sarah speared a bulb, juice dripping. You carry such tools? Always? Technician habit. Evan mirrored her, biting into the tart fruit. Sweet burn hit his tongue. Alien palate. But edible. Attendants hovered outside, whispers leaking through the seal. Blind trust in the off-worlder. Sol warned of this. Human poisons the line. Sarah's fork clinked. Ignore echoes. Tell me your world's veils. Humans hide thoughts. Evan leaned against the wall, facing her profile as protocol demanded. No veils. Say it straight. Actions prove more than words. Prove it now. She set her tray aside. Brother doubts. Sal stokes it. Prejudice claims humans brute. Sight blinded by lust. Show me wrong. He stood, offering his arm again. Walk the room. I'll map it acoustic. Describe sounds. I'll build the grid. Her crest perked. She rose, pace sunking. Left, damper hum at 40 hertz. Right, tray rattle, 2 meters. Damper left, low hum. Tray right, close. Evan echoed, building mental overlay. Door ahead. Servo, whine on, pressure. They circled. Perfect lock. No alarms. Sarah stopped, facing him fully for the first time. Protocol breach. Intimate. You hear layers, like me. Not brute. Partner. Warmth spread in his chest. Unbidden. Her skin glowed faint blue under hoodlights. Scales fine as silk, beautiful by any metric. But he kept steady. Trust earned, step by step, a chime pierced the quiet, Counselor Talon's seal. Hollow flickered, his crest rigid. Sarah. Handler claim ratified. But beware. Sal petitions fracture. Embassy lockdown at dusk. You're human? Gods? Evan stepped forward. He does. Fixed your sabotage. Neutralized the tray. Ready for grids. Talon's eyes narrowed on Evan. Ugly fixer. Prove it holds. Sarah's hand brushed Evan's. It holds. Hollow died. Silence fell thick. Then, a faint click from the vent. Power flickered. Evan's hand shot to the panel. Here it comes. Sarah gripped his sleeve. Together, wires sparked in the dark. His fingers danced. Recalibrate, bypass. Light surged back, but footsteps echoed outside. Heavy, multiple. Saul's voice boomed through the door. Inspect the fragile pair. Human fault, surely. Evan sealed the panel. Game on. The door panel buckled under Saul's override code. Envoy Mirek Saul strode in, flanked by 2 armored aides. His scaled crest flared in mock concern. Counselor Talon's pets. A power glitch. Human error, no doubt. Follow me. Safe route through maintenance. Evan gripped Sarah's elbow lightly, scanning the envoy's smirk. No choice. Embassy lockdown loomed. Lead on. Saul waved them into the corridor. Air recyclers hummed. Normal. Sarah's fingers tightened on Evan's sleeve, her echo clicks pinging faint obstacles ahead. They turned into a narrow access tube. Catwalk markings glowed under emergency strips. Sal's aides peeled off at the junction. Shortcut! Sal called back. Humans love their greasy tunnels. The hatch behind clanged shut. Locked. Evan tested it. Servos whined, sealed tight. Sal's voice echoed from ahead. Faster, fragile ones. Lights snapped off. Total black. Alarms bleated once, then died. Air grew thin, recyclers gasping. Pressure warning blinked on Evan's wrist scanner. Hull breach. Simulation. Trap. Sarah stiffened. Click map activating. Her tongue snapped, sharp bursts. Echolocation pulses mapping the dark. Panels loose, 5 paces right. Step light. Evan pulled his kit light, dim beam cutting fog. Mask first. He yanked her breathing hood forward, slapped a field seal from his pouch over the filter. Transparent film hardened instant, boosting O2 flow. Her chest rose steady. Seal holds, she said, voice muffled but calm. No panic. Protocol Queen. Catwalk drops 10 meters if we slip. Evan clipped his harness to the rail, looped a spare tether to her belt. Stay linked. Sarah clicked again, head tilting. Reroute ahead. Vent grate forced open. Sabotage fresh. She pointed left. Bypass there. My lead. Evan followed her cues. Her clicks painted the path. Strut weak, vaulted. He boosted her over, her lithe frame twisting precise. Scales whispered against metal. Then his turn. Easy lift. Land soft. Air thinned sharper. His lungs burned light. Scanner screamed, Pressure dropping 0.2 atmospheres per minute. Saul's game. Force breach panic. Pin it on the ugly human. Sarah halted. Jammed hatch. Servo fused. Her hand traced the frame. Manual override. Bottom spindle. Evan dropped to knees, pried the access plate. Inside, crank handle gleamed. Standard override. Gummed with thermal paste. Sabotage. He wiped it clear, spun the wheel hard. Metal groaned. Hatch bucked. Pull! He braced, hauled her through the narrowing gap. She slid free. Him, right behind. The lock cycled shut inches from his boot. Sealed again, but they cleared. Sarah leaned on the bulkhead, breathing even through the seal. Your strength, measured, not brute. Teamwork. Evan unclipped, scanned ahead. Faint voices filtered through. Saul's timber. They crept forward. Sarah's clicks guided. T-junction. Right safe. Evan dimmed his light, pocketed it. Her senses ruled here. Counselor Talan's warning replayed in Evan's head. Saul, petitioning fracture. This tour discredited the match, painted humans reckless. Sarah's family staked politics on this union. No room for failure. Pressure equalized slow. His seal held her steady. Trust flickered. Her hand found his arm, not gripping, resting. Light ahead, she murmured. Door cycle. They reached the far hatch. It parted with a hiss. Saul stood there, crest high. Aids returned. Survived the glitch. Lucky. Evan palmed his pocket sensor. Discrete record beam locked Saul's biometrics. Time-stamped the reroute. Proof logged, untraceable till needed. Lux for amateurs. Fixed your detour. Saul's eyes narrowed, yellow slits. Insolent fixer, Sarah's delicacy nearly writhed. Sarah stepped forward, hood thrown back. Mask seal peeled clean. Evan's competence. Echo your retreat, envoy. Saul barked a laugh. Aids shifting, uneasy. Blind girl's fancy. Council sees truth soon. He swept past, convoy vanishing down the main hall. Evan exhaled. He's logging complaints. Doctor, Chen will field them. Sarah turned toward him, clicks confirming his stance. You recorded. Clever veil. Steady play. He checked her tether. Unhooked gentle. Her skin brushed his wrist. Warm pulse under fine scales. Blue glow faint in corridor strips. Not fragile. Partner. Alarms reset overhead. Lights bloomed full. Embassy bustle resumed. Diplomats chattering, servos whirring. But Saul's stink lingered. Dr. Alira Chen intercepted them at the atrium arch. Human liaison, sharpsuit, tablet glowing. Evan, Sarah, status. Talon pings frantic. Saul's catwalk trap, Evan said flat. Pressure drop, sealed exit. Neutralized. Chen's brow arched. Evidence. Evan tapped his pocket. Sensor feed. Timestamps match his override. She nodded, cueing the file. Forward to Talan. They'll leverage. To Sarah. Protocol holds. No fragility shown. Sarah's crest lifted slight. Evan maps action to words. Rare. Jen smiled thin. Humans do that. Cultural quirk. Deeds first. They moved to the negotiation wing. Sarah's steps matched Evan's. Unerring. Echo clicks subtle now, just for her. Talan waited in the chamber. Hollow desk active. His gaze pinned Evan. Ugly One lives up. Sal's petition stalls. Evan synced. The sensor dump. Full log. Reroute. Seal breach sim. His aides witnessed. Talon replayed the feed, mandibles clicking approval. Competence veils insult. Sarah? Her hand brushed Evans again. Deliberate. Trust builds. He hears my layers too. Talon's eyes flicked between them. Marriage shield strengthens, but Saul escalates. Next test formal banquet. Embassy gala. Dusk. All eyes. Evan nodded. Ready. Grids prepped. Prove beyond fix. Talon dismissed with a wave. Chamber cleared. Sarah lingered. Banquet protocols. Complex. Dancers blind-coded. Teach me. Evan pulled his kit scanner. Map it out. She clicked a pattern. Rhythmic. Step echo. Follow sound. He mirrored. Clumsy first. Then synced. Her laugh tinkled. Rare breach. Human. Adapts fast. Pay attention. Their steps wove close. Forced proximity humming. Her scent, ozone crisp. Alien allure. Gala neared. Saul's shadow loomed. Dusk fell. Banquet hall thrummed. Crystal chimes. Alien strings vibrating low. Sarah's gown rustled silk scale. Evan in crisp tech suit. No frills. Guests milled. Crested diplomats. Humans sparse. Saul cornered Talon across the floor, gesturing sharp. Evan scanned perimeters. Loose tray earlier. Check vents. Sarah nodded. Arm looped his. Echo clear. But whom off? Servo strain, north wall. They glided that way. Dance masking approach. Her cues steered. Left. Pivot. Evan spotted it. Overhead panel ajar. Tray on trembling. Sabotage redux. Boost, he murmured. She positioned. Hands linked. He vaulted light. Wedged the arm secure. Dropped a nanolock from cuff. Seamless. Guests noticed none. Sal's glare cut across. Caught the fix. Chen sidled up. Smooth. Talon sees. Sarah pressed closer in the turn. Partner rhythm. Yours. Warmth built, earned. But Sal approached. Fruit in claw. A word human. Private. Evan met his eyes. Logged. Sal sneered. Gala ends in fracture. Watch. The contract slammed onto the polished obsidian table. Translate. Evan's voice cut the chamber's hush. Counselor Talan Velan froze mid-gesture, his crested head snapping toward the human. Sarah's fingers tightened on her cane, ears flicking beneath her veil. The court diplomats in iridescent robes, human aides in the corners stirred. Talon's mandibles clicked sharp. No delays, Holt. Sign now. Political fractures spread from that gala incident. Your competence there buys nothing if ink doesn't dry. Evan held his ground, eyes on the glowing holo scroll. Alien script swirled like living smoke. Full, clause by clause. Doctor, Chen present. Or no signature. Sarah tilted her head, sonic implants humming faint. She caught the steadiness in his tone. No bravado, just fact. Her brother's claws scraped the table. Insolence. Sarah affirmed the bond. Immediately, she stepped forward, gown whispering. Heaven speaks sense, brother. Protocol demands clarity. Her voice layered precise, etiquette honed. But her posture straightened, no fragility. Talon hissed. Clarity. This shields our house from Saul's Brock, he whispers. Fragile match already. Human brute. paired to Velan blood. Doctor. Illyria Chen slipped through the doors, tablet in hand. Here, streaming translation now. Her fingers danced. English overlays bloomed in Evan's lenses. Evan scanned the first clause. Binding terms. Lifetime union. No dissolution without council vote. He tapped pause. Hold. Clause 7. Spousal deference to host customs. Define. Chen projected. Deference meant yielding decisions on public matters. Sarah's ears angled. Standard for alliances, but binding. Evan nodded once. Next. Inheritance riders. They progressed, line by line. Talon paced, venting steam from neck vents. Sal lurked at the chamber's edge, eyes like chipped flint, but council rules barred interruption. Sarah leaned close during a lull, voice low for his ears only. You halt for me. Why? Evan kept eyes on the scroll. Fair deal. Or it's no deal. Her laugh ghosted. Soft click. Humans. Direct. Clause 12 hit. Aesthetic compatibility waiver. Aliens prized symmetry. Crests balanced. Scales. Flawless. Humans? Blunt features. Furred scalps. Mismatched eyes. Sarah's cane tapped deliberate. Evan Holt. They call you ugly. By our measure. Describe it as we define. Silence gripped the room. Talon's claws flexed. Sal leaned in, smirking. Evan met her unseeing gaze, voice even. No symmetry. Face flat, no crest or mandible flare. Skin dull, no scale sheen. Eyes forward only, no peripheral glow. Hair mats, uneven. Build blocky, broad shoulders, thick limbs. No elegant taper. No wine, just specks, like kit diagnostics. Sarah's head canted. Self-pity absent. Rare. Her fingers brushed the table near his hand. Test. He didn't flinch. Facts. Build trust. Clause 13. Your veto rights. None, Talon snapped. Sign. Evan overruled. Add 1. Sarah holds unilateral veto any time. Gasps rippled. Talon's vents flared hot. Preposterous. Undermines the shield. Or private exit. Evan pressed. Off-record plan. If she signals, I handle extraction. No family dragged down. Sarah's breath hitched. First crack in poise. You offer escape from my house. Evan locked eyes where hers would be. Earned place only. Not forced. Chen mediated fast. Viable amendment. Council precedent exists for opt-outs. Talon whirled on his sister, Sarah. She raised a palm. Enough! Her voice rang clear. I sign. On these terms, veto mine, exit assured. And, Evan, partner, in truth, not pawn. Her stylus danced across the hollow scroll. Ink-sealed digital glow pulsed green. The court exhaled. But Sarah didn't stop. She reached across the table, palm up. Took Evan's hand first, fingers firm, cool scales against his calluses. Pulled him close. In front of all. Talon blinked. Sal's sneer twisted uglier. Evan gripped back, steady. Her pulse thrummed under skin. Trust's first echo. Applause stuttered, polite, shocked. Chen grinned sidelong. Bold move. But as they turned for the exit arch, Sal blocked the path. Celebration short. Human. Walk with me. Evan scanned him. Envoy's robes hid bulk, but claws twitched. Logged. Say it. Saul's voice dropped venom. Fracture comes. Tonight's vents. Prelude. Your ugly match crumbles under true weight. Sarah's grip tightened on Evan's arm. Her ears pinned back. Threats tire Envoy. Echoes carry. Saul laughed. Low rasp. Blind faith blinds. Watch the skies. He swept past. Talon waved them to Chambers. Rest. Bond holds. For now. Evan guided Sarah through corridors. Her cane tapping sync. Saul escalates. She nodded. His block hungers for my house's seat. Marriage was shield. Now, target. Evan pulled his cuff scanner. Perimeter check. Your hearing leads. Her hand squeezed his. Partner rhythm. Again. They moved as unit. Her cues sharp, his fixes precise. Chambers sealed behind. But drone hum grew outside. Skies stirring. Sarah paused at the bed alcove. Veil lifting partial. Evan, describe this room. True, he did. Spartan stone, sonic dampeners humming, vents sealed tight. Her nod came slow. Safe, for now. He checked locks. Nano seals clicked home. She settled, gown pulling. Sleep near. Echo guard. Evan took floor pallet, back to wall. Her breathing evened. Trust body warm. Dawn feeds buzzed alerts. Jen's ping. Sabotage at launch pad. Saul's shuttle tampered. Your name's whispered. Evan rose silent. Sarah stirred. Go? Fix it? He suited up. She stood. Together. Forced proximity hummed deeper now. Vows ink fresh. Hands linked prior. Launchpad swarmed. Talon's aides milled. Sal feigning outrage. Wreckage smoked, fuel lines slashed. Navcore fried. Evan knelt. Scanner whirring. Clean cuts. Laser precision. Sarah circled, ears questing. Footfalls mismatch. 3 sets cloaked. Talon stormed up. Your fault. Bond draws knives. Evan ignored, tracing residue. Human alloy traces. Insider. Chen arrived, cross-reffing logs. Saul's human attaché. Missing. Sarah clicked tongue. Sonic ping. There. North. Scaffold. Evan vaulted up. Grapple light. Caught the saboteur mid-flee. Human merc. Knife out. Disarmed clean. Wrist lock. Zip ties from cuff. Dropped him at Talon's feet. Yours now. Counselor stared. Competence. Again. Saul arrived late, claws flexing. Coincidence. Evan met his glare. Logged. Twice. Sarah took Evan's arm. Public claim clear. Partner proves. Crowd murmured. Prejudice cracking. Human ugly. No. Steady shield. But Saul's whisper reached Evan. Next, fracture personal. Night fell. Chambers secure. Sarah's hand found his in dark. Veto unused. Yet, Evan held. Earn it daily. Her scales warmed against him. Trust built. Gentle. Honest. Romance's quiet forge. Skies rumbled distant. Fracture brewed. Sarah's fingers tightened on Evan's wrist. She pulled him upright from the bed. Your room is too loud. Fix it. Evan blinked in the dim chamber light. Her scales brushed his skin, cool and insistent. Bowels still hummed between them. fresh from the ceremony. He nodded. "Show me." She released him. Her bare feet padded across the deck plating. Ears tilted forward, questing. She snatched the first culprit. A wall-mounted air recycler that wheezed faint cycles, ripped its power lead free. Silence dropped like a shield. Evan watched. Sarah moved blind but precise, head cocked to vibrations only she caught. Next, his personal comm unit, beeping status pings. She palmed it, deactivated the chime with a flick, tucked it into a drawer, unpredictable. Gone. He stepped closer. "That's my link to station ops. Quiet link." She pivoted toward the SAN unit door. Hiss of steam vents there, too erratic. She yanked a panel, silenced the regulator. Water pressure dropped to a steady drip. Evan cataloged the changes, his tech haven stripped bare. No buzz, no whir, just the thrum of life support, damped low. "How do you navigate now?" Her chin lifted. Sound maps, yours, clashed. She extended a hand. Tactile next. He took it. Led her to his toolkit crate, goal clear. Adapt his space to her. Sarah's grip guided him. Firm, no fragility. She refused. His shoulder leaned. Equal steps. Evan knelt by the doorframe. Pulled glow tape from stores, raised ridges for texture. Ran strips along walls, floors. Door to SAN unit. Desk corner. Bedpost. "Feel this." Sarah trailed fingers over the first line. Nodded once. Clear paths. No stubs. She tested a loop around the central table, paused at his workbench. Tools here, mark heavy ones. He complied. Affixed rubber grips to wrench sets. Vibro drills. Weighted them down. Tactile labels etched in sealant. Raised letters for tool names. Sarah's ears flicked approval. Safe. Mine now, too. Dawn cycle brightened panels. Evan straightened. Room transformed. His clutter tamed to her rhythm. Sarah settled at the table, scales relaxing fractionally. Trust's first layer. Competence met need. A chime pierced the quiet. External hall. Alert. Sarah tensed. Evan killed it manual. Consular Talon. Greeting time. She rose. You butcher protocol. I teach. Her hands captured his positioned palms up. Fingers splayed exact. Veylan bow. Touch foreheads. Voice low. Honor binds. Repeat. Evan mirrored. Foreheads met. Her skin smoother than expected. Faint warmth. Honor binds. Too loud. She adjusted his stance. Shoulders back, no lean. Drilled him thrice. Fourth try. Her ears stayed neutral. Passable. Door cycled. Talon strode in, robes swirling. Aides flanked. Evan executed the bow. Honor binds. Talon. Paused. No flinch. Adequate human. Sarah clicked tongue approval ping. Brother eyed the silent room. Adaptations? Mine, Sarah said. His hands. Talon grunted. Left without barb. Evan exhaled. Sarah's hand brushed his arm. Progress. Station corridors buzzed next cycle. Evan walked Sarah to the central atrium. Her arm looped his. Public claim post-sabotage. Crowds parted. Whispers followed. Blind pride. Ugly match. Heckles swelled. A cluster of Veylan traders jeered. Fragile eyes wed filth. Sal warned. Human curse. Sarah stiffened. Grip tightened. Evan halted, faced them square. Goal, shield, without shame. Words empty, prove skills. Public demo. Me and Sarah. Murmurs rippled. Lead heckler laughed, scales flushing challenge red. You, technician brute, request formal, Evan said. Calm. Skills exchange, under her name. Sarah stepped forward, voice carried, etiquette honed. Accepted. Cultural night. My sponsorship. Atrium, Cycle 7. Crowd hushed. Traders bowed, grudging, as Valon wills. They dispersed. Sarah's hand squeezed Evan's. Bold redirect. Protects you. Us. He matched her pace back to quarters. No humiliation dealt. Her family intact. Dr. Alira Chen pinged en route. Smart pivot, Saul's stirring pots again. Watch flanks. Evan logged it. Quarters sealed. Sarah released his arm. Ritual practice. Again. He bowed. Perfect now. Foreheads touched longer. Honor binds. Her breath ghosted his cheek. Burned. Cycle 7 hit. Atrium thronged. Hundreds packed tears. Valon, elite, perched high. Talon, center stage, claws tapping impatience. Saul lurked edge, envoy robes crisp, human attaché vanished post-arrest. Sarah mounted platform first. Sonic cane tapped rhythm. Hers, not crutch. Exchange begins. Human craft. Valon harmony. Evan followed. Laid out tools, scanner kit, repair drone. Crowd leaned in. He activated demo repaired a mock nav core. Slashed like the sabotage. Laser traces simulated. Precision cuts. Insider alloy. Scanner word clean. Fixed in minutes. Gasps echoed. Sarah circled him sonic. Footfalls. 3 saboteurs. Cloaks fail ears. She pinged demo-nailed hidden emitter in mock scaffold. North vector. Alien shifted. Whispers, blind hears through shadow. Evan nodded to her. Teamwork. Sarah's turn. She tuned a harmony crystal. Valon relic. Soundweave for comms. Fingers danced ridges, crystals sang. Mapped the entire atrium in layered tones. Hazards lit for ears, loose panel, spilled fluid. Our skill. Navigation pure. Crowd erupted. Claps rippled scales. Talan rose. Bond viable. Saul shoved forward. Trickery. Human brute props fragile. Sarah cut him. Partner proves. Logged feats. Launch fix. Your shuttle spared. Evan flanked her silent. Glare locked Saul's attaché absence burned. Saul retreated. Claws sheathed. Temporary. Exchange flowed. Evan taught tactile mods. Glow tape for mixed crews. Sarah demoed ear pings. Saved a volunteer's drop tool from Trampler. Laughter bridged gaps. Humans ugly. Competent shone brighter. Talon cornered Evan post-crowd. Prejudice cracks, but Saul whispers to elders, next test, summit, gala. Guard her. Evan nodded. Steady. Night cycle. Quarters hushed perfect. Sarah found his hand unprompted. Led him to bed edge. Vito sleeps deeper. Scales pressed his palm. Warm now. Evan held still. No rush. Trust forged. Action by action. Alert buzzed. Dant low. Jen's voice. Gala. Invite spiked. Saw's trap sent. Evan rose. Sarah mirrored. Together. Forced proximity locked tighter. Fracture loomed Gala bright. Predator! Myrick Sal's voice sliced through the council chamber. His claws raked the air toward Evan. This human exploits Sarah's blindness. Ugly by our scales, he preys on vulnerability. Annul the bond now. Evan stood rigid beside Sarah. His hand hovered near her elbow, contact only if she signaled. The chamber hummed with alien murmurs. Scales rustled like dry leaves. Sarah's frills flared. She stepped forward, alone. I take the stand, Counselor Talon. Talon nodded from the dais. His eyes flicked to Evan, grateful, wary. Proceed, sister. Evan submitted his sensor log via wrist pad. The device chimed, projecting holo data. Request full hearing. Sarah as primary witness, not a prop. Myrick hissed. Logs fabricated. Human trickery. Sarah tilted her head, ears pivoting. Play the petition timeline, Envoy. From your own shuttle reroute. The chamber's central orb activated. Audio logs unspooled. Crisp, layered tones. Only her species paused fully. Myrick's voice crackled first. Divert path, Alpha 7. Avoid Valon sector. Sarah's fingers tapped rhythm. She matched pitches. There. Timestamp 12.4. Your order delayed our escort by 9 cycles. Coincidence? Myrick's tail lashed. Security protocol. Protocol logged under your seal. Sarah's voice stayed level. Etiquette flawless. Evan's fixed shuttle core breach. Saved your delegation. Audio confirms. Your pilot's distress ping. His repair in under 2 minutes. Evan watched her work. No braille, no aids. Pure recall. Aliens leaned in. Whispers shifted. She hears the weave. Counselor Talon's steepled claws. Envoy Sal, explain the reroute. Marek blustered. Precaution against human sabotage, Sarah cut in. Sabotage like your guard's accidental scaffold collapse? Evan's log caught the emitter frequency. North vector, your frequency. Evan's jaw tightened. He scanned the chamber. Myrick's attaché missing again. Guard at the flank, claws flexing. Dr. Elira Chen leaned from the human liaison pod. Evan's data cross-verifies. No anomalies on our side. Myrick snarled. Lies! This brute. His guard lunged, shoved Sarah hard. She stumbled, frills snapping shut. Evan moved. Muscle coiled, but he halted mid-step. Fist clenched, restraint locked in. One word. Don't. The guard froze. Evan's glare pinned him. No strike. No escalation. Chamber gasped. Sarah steadied herself. Ears locked on the guard's rasp. Assault logged. Audio capture. Talon slammed his podium. Enough! Guard, detained. Envoy Sal, your authority suspended pending inquiry. Mirek recoiled. You can't. Council votes. Talon scanned faces. Scales rippled. Assent. Unanimous. Furthermore, Evan Holt and Sarah Velan received joint security mandate for the summit gala. Prove the bond's strength. Evan exhaled slow. Sarah's hand brushed his sleeve. Signal accepted. He cupped her elbow lightly. Chen approached post-session. Smooth, Evan. Your pause. That sold it. Humans don't snap. We choose. Sarah nodded. Restraint proves more than fury. They exited into corridor glow. Gala prep buzzed. Servitors tuning harmony crystals. Talon caught them. Sal's whispers poisoned elders. Gala's the test. Guard her shadows. Evan scanned routes. Sensor mods ready. Glow tape. Ear pings. We'll map it clean. Sarah's frills relaxed. Together. Night cycle hit fast. Quarters sealed tight. Evan ran final diagnostics. Pad humming low. Sarah perched on bed edge, tuning her relic crystal. Notes layered, mapping unseen paths. Alert pinged. Chen again. Sal's petition dismissed, but Gala guest list spiked. Rivals inbound. Fracture point. Evan rose. Sarah mirrored seamless. Protocol first. Then we shine. Gala, chamber, loomed vast. Crystal spires sang welcome harmonies. Aliens milled, scales iridescent under pulse lights. Evan flanked Sarah 1 pace back. Her etiquette demanded it. Left curve 10 paces, he murmured. Voice dampened for her ears only. She nodded. Heard. Loose panel ahead. Your tape. Applied. His fingers brushed the glow strip. Sticky human ingenuity. Nirek lurked at the dais edge. Suspended but not caged. His glare burned. Guard absent replaced by 2 hulking enforcers. Talon greeted dignitaries. The bond demonstrates unity. Sarah stepped into circle. Council assigns us security. We accept. Applause rippled. Tentative. Evan spotted it first. Balcony scaffold. Shadowed. Emitter whine. Faint human pitch. Sal's frequency. North. Vector again, he whispered. Sarah's ears twitched. Crystalline pocket hummed response. Reroute detected. Your log? Running. He patched wrist pad to chamber net. Data spiked. Myrex override code. Enforcer shifted. Claws glinted towards Sarah. Evan blocked casual arm out. No contact. Steady. She hummed low ear ping cascade. Enforcers winced, disoriented. Counselor Talon signaled. Intrusion! Chaos bloomed. Servitors scattered. Evan pulled Sarah behind pillar tactile guide firm. Emitter position, she asked. Locked. Disabling. He climbed scaffold fast. Human grip unyielding. Wrench out. Twist. Device sparked dead. Below, Myrick bolted. Talon's guards swarmed. Sarah called up. Clear? Dropped. He vaulted down. Landed soft beside her. Aliens stared. Human scales the void. No harness? Chen grinned from sidelines. Normal Tuesday. Talon approached. Claws sheathed. Mandate fulfilled. Bond ratified. Sarah found Evan's hand. Pressed scales to palm. Warm. Trusting. Competence shared. Evan held still. No rush. Gala lights pulsed, brighter, but whispers lingered. Sal's allies plotted. Fracture deepened. Alert buzzed private. Chen. Summit core. Breach. Real one. Your fix needed. Now. Evan squeezed Sarah's hand. Together. Her frills flared joy. Always. They moved as one into the storm. Strobes erupted across the grand hall, blinding pulses hammering every eye. Evan's vision blurred, white, black, white. Screams pierced the air. Alien throats roar with panic. Sarah gripped his arm tighter, her frills flattening against her neck. Sound trap, she hissed. Myrick's frequency. High band. He scanned through the flashes. Cultural night performers froze mid-dance on the central dais. Guests clutched tables, claws scraping crystal. Consular Talon bellowed orders from the podium, but his voice drowned in the din. Power source, Evan said. Steady. No yell. He pulled Sarah toward the north wall, hand firm on her elbow. Her sharp hearing cut through chaos better than his eyes. Aliens stumbled blind. Veyland species hated erratic light, their optics tuned for steady glows. Doctor. Jen's voice crackled in his earpiece. Evan! Mainbreaker service corridor, east side. Overrides broadcasting sabotage vid on all channels. Merrick Zal smirked from the control dais, remote clutched in his scaled fist. His allies clustered, whispering. The ugly human whispers from earlier. Forgotten now. Evan moved. Stay close, he told Sarah. She nodded, ears pivoting. They wove through thrashing bodies. An enforcer tripped into Evan, claws out. Evan sidestepped, shoved him upright with a palm to the chest. This way. Follow my voice. More followed. A chain formed, Evan's calm commands linking hands. Left hand on the shoulder ahead. Slow steps. North wall. Aliens latched on, their usual grace shattered. Humans adapted. Aliens marveled later. Sarah tugged him east. Breaker hum, 20 paces, stairs down. Her feet found the service hatch first. No hesitation. She wasn't fragile. She navigated by echo and vibe. Evan yanked the hatch. Darkness below. No strobes penetrated. He killed the main breaker with a flipped switch and a jury-rigged bypass from his wrist tool. Hall lights died. Strobes cut. Emergency glows bloomed soft orange. Silence crashed in. Gasps rippled. Then applause. Shaky. Building. But the broadcast looped. Myrick's vid. Doctored footage of Evan fumbling repairs. Labeled Primitive Mate in Danger Summit. Sarah's ears snapped toward the dais. He's looping it. Counter route west flank. She pulled Evan through the recovering crowd. Her hand locked his wrist, guiding by soundscape only she heard. Whispers, footsteps, heartbeats. She mapped it flawless. Evan matched her pace. Gotcha 6. They flanked the dais. Myrick spun, remote raised. You... Evan lunged low. Tool pick flicked from his belt. Technician's trick. Slid it into the remote's casing seam. Twist. Circuit popped. Device clattered dead. Marek froze. Evan grabbed his wrist, twisted just enough for drop. No punch. No shout. Security enforcers swarmed. Talons, claws gleaming. They hauled Myrick away. He snarled. Filthy soft skin. Save it. Evan said. Flat. Handed over clean. The hall hushed. Aliens stared. A human disarmed a diplomat? No weapons drawn. No blood. Sarah climbed the dais steps, frills high. Her voice rang clear, etiquette perfect. Counselor Talon. Guests, this accident tests our union. She found Evan's hand again, raised it high. Scales to skin. Visible trust. Myrick calls my mate ugly. By Velon right insults bind as vows. He claims Evan unfit. I reframe. His ugliness shields us. Steady hands in storm. Voice in dark. Murmurs swelled. Talon stepped forward, eyes wide. Sister, I choose, Sarah cut in. Blind eyes faced the hall. but her posture commanded. Evan Holt saved this night, not as shield, as partner. She turned to him, palm up. Renew our bond? By choice, not mandate. Evan met her grip. Warm scales fit, his calluses perfect. Yeah, mutual. No grand speech, just truth. Crowd erupted, claws stamping, frills flaring. Chen whooped from the side. That's how you summit. Talon clasped Evan's shoulder. First time without tension. Competence proven. Fracture mends. But Evan's wrist pad buzzed. Private ping. Shen. Core breach real. Sabotage spread. Engine room. Now. Sarah's ears twitched. Trouble. Evan squeezed her hand. Next storm. Ready? Her frills danced. Lead or follow. They descended the dais together. Whispers shifted. Not ugly human, but unbreakable pair. Deeper in the summit core. Emitters whined again. Louder. Evan spotted the rigged panel first. Shadowed. Myric's mark. Trapdoor, he murmured. Sarah hummed confirmation. Vibration scan. They pried it open. Wires tangled. Pulsing red. Alien tech. Resonant crystals overloading. Human fix. Bridge the gap. Hand me the probe, Sarah said. Her fingers danced over controls. Blind precision. Evan fed tools, steadying her reach. Spark jumped. She flinched. Not fear. Adjustment. Frequency lock. Yours. He patched in. Bridging now. Wrist pad synced. Human logic. Cut the loop. Crystals stabilized. Alarms died. Core hummed even. Talon burst in. Guards trailing. Status. Secure, Evan said. Sarah leaned into him. Subtle. Earned. Counselor nodded. Alliance holds. But Sal's network. Traced, Sarah said. His codes log here. She tapped the panel. Expose at Dawn Council. Evan grinned faint. Aliens plotted webs. Humans fixed wires. Together? Unstoppable. Hours later, in their quarters, Sarah traced his face. Ugly? Teasing hum. Works for you. He held still. Her touch lingered. Trust solid. Private comm buzzed. Jensal confessed. Bigger plot, off-world backers. Your log seals it. Evan silenced it. Tomorrow's fight. Tonight. Choice. Sarah pulled him close. Frills wrapped his neck. Valan claim. Always. Storm passed. Bond forged. But Dawn Council loomed. Saul's allies waited in shadows.